Anyway, so let's move on to the NEWSISH type of stuff. Well, I know you said you don't have many news items. I got a few of my own. Let's go over yours first. What do you got?
Okay, we'll start with this one here. So you know how the movie Rust had a tragic.
Yes, we were all aware Alec Baldwin popped his cinematographer and nailed his director at the same time. Yeah.
There was another tragedy. A second unit grip, Nick Capu, whatever, was found dead in Morocco of his hotel room, or nearby his hotel room. It says on the set of Indiana Jones 5.
Yeah, I'd heard somebody had died over there.
So far, they haven't found any evidence of what it looks like. It's casual like the casual death, was natural. He was 54 years old, but that's all we got for right now on that. I don't know. You got anything to say on that one?
No, I got nothing.
Daniel Dae Kim, you remember him?
Yeah, he was on Lost and Hawaii Five-0 for a long time. He got ticked off because he was Chin-Ho Kelly in the new Hawaii Five-0, and he got all pissy because he wasn't getting paid the same as the white boys were getting. So.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
That's why I left there. Yeah.
It's like
it is CBS, y'all. It's CBS. It's CBS in their Hawaii unit. They are very, very howly over there. Go ahead.
Well, Daniel Dae Kim will be playing in a live-action Avatar: The Last Airbender. He will be playing Fire Lord Ozai. If you don't know,
so what was Daniel Dae Kim going to be doing?
He's going to be playing the Fire Lord, the character. You're looking at me like it's. If you
in what movie?
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
What was Daniel Dae Kim doing? I'm sorry. Hold on. I've got to explain something to you folks. I have learned how to mentally manipulate myself. I have actually set up a mental block. So in case a certain A word, a T word, followed by an L word and an A word is pronounced, I immediately block that out, and then I have no idea what you're talking about, but that's okay. I don't want to hear about it.
Okay. Then
it's nice to know Daniel Dae Kim's getting work somewhere, but I just don't care where.
Well, then we will move on.
Let's move on.
Now, why is Disney doing this? I have no idea, but they are remaking it. And Gal Gadot will be playing the evil queen in the live-action Snow White. And it does say remake. Now, I'm trying to figure out which remake because...
Well, they can't call them dwarves.
Well, I mean, like, when it comes to remake, it's like there's the original cartoon movie. Then there was the live-action movie and the other live-action movie.
This will be another
live-action movie.
Yeah, this will be another live-action movie because Disney is creatively bankrupt right now. Oh, I do have to say though, on related Disney news, I finally sat down and watched Milo Murphy's Law, and made it through both seasons, and it's like that was a weird little show. Man,
I don't think I've ever watched it. What was that one about?
That's Milo Murphy's Law was the one that Dan Povenmire and Jeff Swampy Marsh made after Phineas and Ferb. It's got Weird Al Yankovic doing the voice of Milo Murphy. He's from the line of people where if anything can go wrong, it does go wrong. So he's like a walking jinx. Everything around him falls apart.
I remember now. That was the spin-off from because he was
in Danville. Yeah, it was in Danville, and then they did do a crossover toward the end of the first season.
I remember that one now. Okay, it took me a while. I was like,
it took me this long. Took me this long to see it. I got to admit, it was a neat idea, and it's nice seeing Weird Al getting work. But there probably won't be a third season, which is probably fine because you can only go to that well.
Weird Al is always getting work. I just watched
Weird Al always gets work. Yeah.
I just watched a video that they did last October with him, Paul Rubens, and Danny Elfman singing the song from Nightmare Before Christmas on stage. And
see that would be worth paying money for.
that
Hear the three of them get together and singing the theme from Pee Wee's Playhouse would be worth paying for.
I forgot what the song's called, but it's the one where the little kid creatures are going to go kidnap Santa Claus.
Uh-huh.
It's like dun, 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 dun. Okay.
Anyway.
But yeah.
So what else you got?
The Great Outdoors is getting a sequel, maybe. And the reason why I say maybe, by the way, Great Outdoors had John Candy and Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
It was a good movie. I loved that movie. Well, apparently they're talking about doing a sequel, but it's a big but, because
there's always a big old but. Spice roll number 2.
Yeah, Dan Aykroyd said he's looking for the perfect partner. It is hard to fill the shoes of John Candy, so it has to be perfect.
Jack Black. He is the spiritual successor of John Candy, you know. There's a long line of fat butts in SNL, and Jack Black was not a member of the SNL cast, so he may be disqualified. But he falls into the John Candy. John Candy was like the poor man's John Belushi. So,
true.
So yeah, I could see that.
I
thought John Goodman was going to wind up in.
Yeah, I was going to say John Goodman.
But we've been down that road before with John Goodman and Dan Aykroyd on Blues Brothers 2000. What was I saying?
Yeah, don't worry.
Torn mental blocks. Anyway.
So yeah, if they do make it, that'd be great. If not, then that's fine. I still love the original. If you have never seen the original, The Great Outdoors, I suggest you go watch it.
Yeah, go watch John Candy. If you're drunk and bored, John Candy's better than sitting there and hamming your head into a wall. What else you got?
So we already know that Chris Pratt will be doing the voice of,
Mario. Yes.
He is now
It's a Chris Pratt. Anyway.
He is now also be voicing Garfield in an animated movie.
I would actually like to see how he does as Garfield, because he's got to do better than Bill Murray did. Bill Murray sucked. Okay, now, Bill Murray, I'm just going to go ahead and say I have a love-hate relationship with Bill Murray. If it's Bill Murray with other SNL alums, good. If it's Bill Murray by himself, not so much. Groundhog Day was the only one without other Saturday Night Live guys around him that I could tolerate Bill Murray. Okay? Zombieland, I was glad to see him get shot in the head.
I was about to say, I was like...
But like with Ghostbusters, yes, love Bill Murray in Ghostbusters. Bill Murray in Stripes, not so much. Although I do love me some Harold Ramis, but yes. That's why I can't wait to see the new Ghostbusters movie.
Harold Ramis.
Just to see Egon as a ghost, I can't wait. I'm hoping they show Egon as a ghost.
Oh, I hope.
Come on. Well, Egon's gone at this point. It's an open secret.
I hope they don't, but if they do, I hope it's just one of those things where it's like, let's say his kids are looking for something, and then all of a sudden the book flies off the shelf, or
Yeah, I figured that's what it's going to be.
Like that.
He's not going to be a malevolent ghost because he's Egon. He doesn't have a malevolent bone in his spirit anymore. But anyway.
Yeah. So I love Chris Pratt, but I don't know. This is getting a little out of hand here.
I like it because Chris Pratt is a walking, talking troll of the entire left wing of the universe. I'm down with the struggle there. I'm on your side there, Chris, because we're finally not your side, Chris Pratt. Although I'm there for your side because I did give you the cashew nougats because those things are awesome.
They were good.
But they were dry, but they were awesome. But that's why they only come out once a year. It takes you the other 11 months to recover. But anyway. But yeah, that's I'm. I don't want to like Chris Pratt, but I'll wind up doing it anyway. So. I'll give Chris Pratt a try. He's one of the few in Hollywood where I'll have to at least pique my interest to see him involved, because no way in the world I'm spending money on a Garfield movie. I don't even spend money buying newspapers so I can read the Garfield strip anymore. So anyway, you got anything else?
Yes, I got one last news item here.
Yay! He's got one last news item, everybody.
That is, I like this one. Save the best for last.
Yeah.
So, Nightmare on Elm Street house is up for sale. It is up for sale so big that they actually decided to pimp their house out a little bit more by putting a figure out in the front yard that looks like Freddy Krueger. When the house is going for sale for $3.25 million.
Are there any... Now, hold on. Nightmare on Elm Street was an 80s and 90s thing, okay?
Yeah.
People who grew up about our age who watched Nightmare on Elm Street movies, we're now to the point we can actually afford to splurge on things. That house is not worth $3.25 million. Not by any stretch of the I don't care how big a collector you are. I doubt Robert Englund would buy the thing for $3.25 million to live in, but...
I got more to this.
Go ahead.
So they asked Robert Englund, who played Freddy Krueger, they asked him what he thought about the house going for sale.
And he said that there's no way in the world I'd spend $3.25 million on a house to even live in it. Go ahead.
Well, he said that you should keep it in the family. Give it to Jason or Pinhead or even the Real Housewives.
Yeah, I like Robert Englund. Robert Englund has no F's to give at all.
I just love that. It's like, or the Real Housewives.
So that's all from your NEWSISH stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, let me give you a few NEWSISH things. Reese's is now introducing a new super king-size pack of peanut butter cups. This thing is over a foot long, and it has 6 full-size peanut butter cups in a single wrapper. You know what we used to call that? A fun-sized 6-pack for $1. Guaranteed this thing's going to run you about $3.
I mean, at least that tells you something. I remember, I love Reese cups, but I remember going into the store and seeing king size, and I'm like, oh, king size Reese cups, and I bought them, and all it was regular size, and they just added an extra. Like I was like, are you kidding me?
Well, now you know it's Christmas time, right?
Yeah.
You know what happens every Christmas in the candy aisles? They come out with the big mutant candy bars.
Mm-hmm.
I've already seen the half-pound peanut butter cups. It's a one pound of Reese's peanut butter cup, but it's split in 2, and it's in a great big wrapper for like $20.
I'm going to tell you this right now. Those are not actually good. And I love Reese cups.
Somehow I am not at all shocked that you know what they taste like.
I usually love Reese cups. I love peanut butter, anything peanut butter. But those don't, it's not, no. It's not, no.
Anyway, so Reese's doing that. Apparently, what's his face? I can't think of his name right now.
Neil Patrick Harris?
Yes, Neil Patrick Harris has a new production at HBO Max called 8-Bit Christmas. The guys at Clownfish TV / Pirates and Princesses, they're calling it a Christmas story with a Nintendo Entertainment System instead of a Red Ryder rapid repeating rifle. I can't remember. I could never remember what that was called. But anyway, it's a Christmas story with an NES instead of a rifle. Throw in a little Jingle All the Way and the Princess Bride, and it might actually be fun. What do you think about Neil Patrick Harris remaking A Christmas Story with an NES?
You know what? Crazy thing. I'm actually all for it.
I gotta admit, I'm willing to give Neil Patrick Harris the benefit of the doubt, even though he can be extremely annoying when he starts getting itchy. When he starts getting into his Charles Nelson Riley moods, oh, I'm ready to head out the door, but oh well.
You know, I got to say, a buddy of mine showed me a picture that he saw. He took a picture at Walmart's, and apparently they actually have the toy from Jingle All the Way. I think it was Turbo or whatever it is.
Something like that.
The toy from Jingle All the Way out there. He's like, dude, look at this. That's hilarious.
I know. Though this Walmart just got in the Red Ryder rifles.
Oh
for Christmas because they do this. They've been doing this the past couple of years for the Christmas Story tie-in.
I want to hug them. I do want a leg lamp.
You can find those. You just have to go online to hunt them down. But anyway, it's just I know I've seen. Oh, where did I see one? I actually saw one for sale in a store. It may have been Target. Target, I think, has one.
Oh, I wish I had the money. I saw an advertisement again at Walmart. It was a jukebox, a legit jukebox for $500. I'm like, oh, I've always wanted a jukebox.
I saw a Wurlitzer the other day, and it was like, oh man.
It's like, oh.
I saw it at Court Days. Somebody around here's got one, an old Wurlitzer which has the little 45s in it and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, he was an antique dealer. He's got it in like his house, but he I don't know if it actually works or not. But he's asking a good chunk of change for it. But it's out there. It's that remember the old Baptist church, the corner of High Street and Bank Street.
Yes.
That big old thing. The guy who runs that, he runs an antique store out of that old church. He's the guy with this old jukebox. So if there's anybody out there who'd like to get this guy about $1,000 or so for this old 50s style thing, by all means, go see him. He'd love to sell you stuff. And he's got a ton of stuff. I can't think of his name right now, but the beloved might remember it. But
I am going to look on Black Friday and see what they have, and hoping that they'll take that jukebox and knock it down a couple hundred.
Yeah, let's talk about something else here, because talking about buying things, there's an auction going on at Caswell Pruitt here in Mount Sterling. CaswellPruittRealty.com is where this is. Just do a look for Caswell Pruitt Realty Lunchbox Auction in your favorite search engine. Some guy in Lancaster, I think, he collected old lunchboxes. This guy they've got over 500 lots of these. Most of them are single units, but these are like old school Aladdin thermoses and stuff, and old school Aladdin lunchboxes and stuff. But it's like Dukes of all kinds of pop culture stuff from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. The Dukes of Hazzard is in there. Charlie's Angels, Huckleberry Hound, Star Trek, Little Orphan Annie. I haven't had a chance to check the past couple of days the website to see where the bids are. The highest bid I saw was for like this super rare one they have, and I think that one was up to like $400 for a single one. But they got it running in 2 lots right now. Okay, it's a 1957 Toppy lunchbox and thermos. It's got as we're recording this at like 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, top bid is $2,550 for this Toppy lunchbox, because this thing is extremely rare. So it's only got 31 bids, which means the news didn't get out very well. Otherwise, they'd be getting slammed with people looking for this. But they've got a Beatles lunchbox for $425, a '68 Star Trek Dome lunchbox for $525. That's been up since the last I looked at it. A lot of these are up. There's a 1963 Bullwinkle and Rocky lunchbox for $700. Chavo, I can't even tell you what Chavo is. It's some kind of TV show or cartoon from 1979, I guess. That's at $140. But they've got all kinds of stuff. Like I said, it's split into 2 groups. The first group of 250, the auction actually ends tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern time.
Oh, wow.
So CaswellPruittRealty.com, click on the auctions link, and it'll be the very first thing you see. They have a second lot that's got another 259 to it, and it ends tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern. So by the time I get this thing up, odds are you're not going to you're going to miss out on that first one, but the second one's still there. Again, Caswell Pruitt Realty, that's CaswellPrewitt, realty.com, or use your Google machine for that. So, but it's loads of fun just sitting here looking at these things because there is a bunch of them. But anyway, there was that one. Let's move on to my next little news story. The New York Times this past week came out with an op-ed. We don't do as much political talk, or we try not to on this show because it just gets us kicked off YouTube and Facebook. YouTube more than Facebook, bunch of fascists. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yes, the New York Times came out with an op-ed. Should we cancel classic rock? Because Elvis is just far too naughty to be accepted by modern civil millennials, apparently. So they're talking about doing away with American Pie. They want to do away with Southern Cross. They want to get rid of Eric Clapton and Jerry Lee Lewis.
And who are these people?
Oh, this is the op-ed, the editor's board for the New York Times. Some idiot ran a column.
I wonder how many people are actually going to look at this and be like...
Anyway, they're going to see you flipping this guy off our podcast. Yeah. But anyway, they want to cancel American Pie because Don McLean has a history of domestic violence abuse, domestic violence allegations against. I want to cancel it because I'm sick and tired of hearing the damn thing. But anyway, they talked about the Rolling Stones' Brown Sugar and how it needs to be perma-banned. The Stones have already stopped performing it live. It used to be a main part of their main set. Eric Clapton's in the doghouse because he's not so keen on this vaccine mandate business. He won't play anywhere that's off demanding vaccine proofs. So, we got that going on. What do you think, Chris? Should we cancel classic rock songs?
No, we should cancel cancelers.
We should cancel the New York Times, but they won't go frickin' away. That's part of the problem.
Do people even read the New York Times anymore?
I haven't read the New York Times in ages.
Neither do I. So
I haven't read the Lexington Herald Leader in years because you can't even use the Herald Leader as fish wrap anymore because the soy ink comes off.
But you know why this is news right now?
Because people are full of stupid. People are bastard-coated bastards with a creamy bastard filling and a tangy bastard sauce.
It's news right now because people like us are looking at this and being like, this is hilarious. It's like nobody's taking this seriously and nobody's going to sign off and be like, oh, we want...
The millennials do. There's a headline out not that long ago. Apparently some kind of survey found that somewhere in the neighborhood of 30% of millennials identify themselves as being somewhere on the GQ-BLT spectrum. 30%. You want to know what the actual percentage historically has been for across the entire GQ-BLT spectrum? Between 1/2 and 1%. So 30% of millennials have so utterly swallowed the propaganda from the media on the whole tranny thing that the tranny train is a chugging along, I guess.
Let's face it, okay? Basically what it really is that it's a bunch of millennials that was asked, hey, are you all for LGBTQ? And they'll be like, yeah, I love that type of sandwich. And they're we'll mark this as a yes.
Hey, buddy. Don't forget, this is how New Jersey handles their voting machines, okay? Anyway.
That's pretty much it.
So anyway, but we don't get political on this show. Going on to, I've got one last little news item to go on because we're already on 50 minutes. We need to wrap this. The BBC, okay? Remember Doctor Who? Remember when Doctor Who used to be good?
Yeah.
Remember why Doctor Who used to be good?
Yeah.
Why was Doctor Who used to be good?
David Tennant.
Yep. That would be guess who brought David Tennant on board? It was a guy named Russell T Davies.
Right.
He was in charge of the show. He was the showrunner for the BBC. He was the one who helped get the entire thing going back up. He recruited David Tennant. He helped recruit David Tennant. Those two put on a clinic, and then yada yada yada. When Davis left, I think right about the time they did the 12th Doctor, which was, shoot, I'm going to have to really start writing these things down. The silver haired guy. I can't think of his name right now.
Now you got me going.
The jackwagon version, yeah. But it doesn't matter. Not the lady one, but the one before. Okay, so anyway, Russell T Davies is now coming back. He's going to take over as showrunner on Doctor Who. BBC is all but confirmed he's coming back.
Okay.
Now the reports are coming out. Now we already know that Chris Chibnall ran like the last few seasons of Doctor Who.
Cadell. Sorry,
whatever.
Stuff stuck on his name.
But anyway, don't make me look this up.
I'm sorry.
But anyway, shoot, I can't do two things in order. So anyway, Chris Chibnall's leaving. The one who's playing the Lady Doctor Who, she's leaving. Let's look through and see. Peter Capaldi, that's the one. And yes, John Hurt for about 5 seconds. But anyway, and Rowan Atkinson, he was actually Doctor Who. You forgot about that, didn't you? Or you haven't seen it.
I have not seen it.
Remember Red Nose Day? That's where the comedians get together and raise money for cancer research or something. Britain has a similar one, and for their Red Nose Day several years back, Rowan Atkinson played Doctor Who in a special. It was just a one-shot thing, so he's not officially canon Doctor Who, but he played Doctor Who.
Well, now I'm going to have to look
Now you're going to have
later.
to look that up, yeah. Anyway, Peter Capaldi is that one. That, whoever the chick is, I can't think of what her name is right now, nor does it matter because not Peter Capaldi. I want to get this done in under an hour. We're at 53 minutes right now. Okay. Russell T Davies. Apparently, the contract he has signed with the BBC, because Doctor Who's ratings have just so gone into the toilet the last few years under Capaldi, and especially under the new one. Apparently it's so bad the BBC gave Davis full creative control over the BBC. That's the report coming out of London right now, out of BBC studios. He has full creative control. BBC never gives up full creative control of any of their shows. This would be the first time that I can think of where they've ever done it, because the BBC's always been there with their finger in the pie. They can't help themselves. They have to interfere. Somebody at the BBC, some overpaid suit at the BBC has to sit there and keep poking his finger in the Doctor Who pie because he just has to justify his existence.
You know why?
Why?
Look,
Preach, Chris.
British has two things going for them. No offense against Britain or any of them, any British stuff. But you guys have two things that literally makes you stand out. James Bond and Doctor Who. You have to save them. These are like classic icons like Santa Claus. You cannot let Santa Claus die. Okay? So you're willing to do everything in your power to save Santa Claus. That is what they're doing. They're trying
Jodie Whittaker. Jodie Whittaker, that was her name.
Oh,
anyway, now they've actually done the new season of Doctor Who came out this past week, and absolutely nobody noticed because BBC America apparently didn't get. I don't know what the ratings actually are on Doctor Who Flux, but from what I understand, it tanked hard in Britain. The BBC got. I think the BBC actually lost the night. They never lose the night when Doctor Who's on. They did this time. But
so that means there's all those people that was watching the British Bake Off instead of Doctor Who.
Yeah, basically.
Because British Bake Off was a whole lot more interesting.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. But yeah, the ratings on that have been pretty abysmal. So apparently they're trying to do anything because the BBC right now, a little behind the scenes thing in Britain, if you want to watch antenna TV over free over the air, you have to pay the government, the British government, a license fee. That license fee goes to the BBC. So think like a PBS that doesn't just get taxpayer money, but you have to pay an annual fee just to own a TV set that goes to PBS.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And that's what Britain has said. It was called the TV license fee, and the courts in Britain recently said, no, you can't do that anymore because there's so many other reasons to own a TV besides watching the BBC. None of the other broadcasters in Britain get this money. It's just the BBC because basically it's kind of like a corporation owned by the Crown, essentially. But it's the... So if the license fee is going away, and a lot of people have stopped paying it because it's now considered voluntary. It cannot be legally forced. So if that's now going away, the BBC needs money fast because they have a whole lot of lard that they have to pay for, and they're going to have to start cutting some fat to the bone. And they're not going to cut the fat. They're going to cut the muscle and the bone first before they start cutting the fat, like every other government-owned corporate anything ever has. So,
well, I'll say this is a good move for them. Give all right, Russell dude all the rights to it. Let him take care of it.
yeah. So anyway, it looks like BBC got 4.4 million viewers on Halloween night. Which is another dumb thing to do. Try to play it on Halloween night, but anyway.
They want to do something like that. They should totally play the angel ones.
Yeah.
All the angel ones, they should play on Halloween night because those were scary. Those were scary.
Anyway, so you can now see Doctor Who on BBC America. You can see seasons 1 to 12 on HBO Max. So. I didn't know that either. They don't do a very good job of explaining that. But anyway, 59 minutes. We're going to wrap this in just under an hour. Yay! Any last words, Chris?
Nope. Go. Leave. Bye.
I'll say this. We survived Halloween. Thanksgiving is coming.
Oh,
please give thanks for things. Be thankful. Say a prayer. If not for yourself, then for me. I'd appreciate it.
Be nice for once.
For once. Although, like I said, people are bastard-covered bastards. But actually, I think that was Blackadder said that, which is just one more reason to love him. So until next time, y'all, Spike.
Chris.
So we'll see you down the road.
See y'all.
Make sure you eat all those candies with all those candied apples and stuff with those little things poking out of it. Don't worry about it. That's just extra iron in there. Ta!